I just saw an article on Yahoo News about a lady who purchased a $775,000 home in Palm Beach or Palm Beach Springs, whatever, one of those places, to rent on an Airbnb, and she lost money on operating it. She brought in 80 something thousand and spent 90 something thousand. So let me tell you a little something about running Airbnbs. First of all, your entry level rate should not be $775,000. I think that's insane to spend on a small business. $775,000 is not an easy chunk of change for most people. For most people who are operating Airbnbs, you need to get that at least on a 20% down, which means that you probably had to have close to $200,000 to just get into the property. Not only that, you have to furnish the whole damn thing, which takes time and effort and money. And then if you're going to outsource the work to a operator, then you have to understand they're going to take as much as 30% of your rental value. Yes, that's the new gig. The new gig is running Airbnb rentals as a property management company. They charge an arm and a leg. They get 30%, up to 30%. Now, obviously, everyone charges differently, but they get up to 30%. So Airbnb, let me clarify, is a small business hustle. It's a small side hustle that ideally you don't want to buy a property over $200,000. You don't, because anything over that, you're just exposing yourself to actual money loss, losing money, not just a little bit, but a lot. And I'm not surprised of why they're not doing well. $775,000 to buy into a property. It's just, that's insane. Like, my Airbnbs are no more than $200,000, no more. That's my rule. If it's more than that, don't buy it. It's not a good Airbnb investment. Don't do it. Anything more than that, you're putting yourself in a financial risk situation. Most people, including myself, I don't want to be taking humongous risks with my investment properties. Ideally, I would like to minimize risk as little as possible, which is why you go for cheap properties. You go for cheap properties where the spread is very high. Ideally, there's more than one unit that you can rent out. That is my honest to God suggestion, because I think a lot of people are buying Airbnbs at prices where I'm like, it'll be very hard for you to turn a profit at those rates, because what you're buying it for is already a no-go zone. It's way too expensive. That's crazy. You're putting on so much stress onto your body, because now if your tenants, God forbid, they ruin a couch, all of those things add up. So the cheaper the home, the less you have to worry about that, because your investment is lower. So you can afford if things go wrong. It's not as bad, and your margins are more usable or more realistic to leverage. Not to mention, if you're going to outsource everything, then your margins do shrink quite a bit.